In this video, we're going to run a simple load flow analysis over the one-line diagram that we already made. To do so, click on Load Flow Analysis icon on the Mode toolbar. Now we are switched over Load Flow Analysis mode, and we can simply click on Run Load Flow icon on the right-hand toolbar. As you can see, the results appeared on the screen next to the one-line diagram. To have a better view, we can easily drag and move the results around, just like that. By default, ETAP shows the bus voltages and also the power flows between each element. We can modify the results shown on the one line by clicking on Display Options. On the Result tab, as you can see, there are so many options that we can play around to have different results next to the one line. For example, for the power flows, as you can see by default, the complex number, which is the combination of the real and reactive power, is selected. And we can switch from this option to kVA option and also show the power factor right next to it. And click on Apply. Now we can see the results for the power flow changed to the kVA amount and the power factor percentage. Display options play a key role in ETAP. You can easily decide whether to show or defilter the results you want next to the one line. For example, if you go back into Display Options and switch to Colors tab, you can easily change the color code for each device by changing the color. For example, for AC, we used to have blue. Now we can switch to red and click on OK, and we'll see all the AC elements turned red. Or we can again go back to Display Options, go to AC tab and click on Amp Ratings, and we will have the amp rating calculation right next to each device. Like for example, for the lump load, we can see that it draws 69.4 amps. You yourself can play with other display options feature to show the best results next to your one-line diagram. In order to see which bus is critical or marginal in terms of the load flow, you can easily click on the yellow icon on the toolbar, which is called Alert View. This window shows which buses have the critical or marginal loads. But in this case, we can see that we are good and we don't have any critical or marginal buses. Now let's change some data in a way that after running the load flow analysis, we're going to have some of the buses critical and marginal in terms of their loading. But before that, let's go to Display Options. As you remember, we changed the color of AC equipment from blue to red, but let's switch back to blue because I want you guys to have a better image, because we're gonna have red colors in futures and I don't want a confliction and confusion. So now you can again see the AC parts annotations color turned back to blue. Okay, so now double click on the lump load and go to the nameplate. What I'm gonna do is this time I'm gonna increase the kVA amount from 500 to 1500 kVA for the lump load and click on OK. This time again, if you run the load flow analysis, you're gonna see some of the parts, the transformer, the bus 2 and bus 3 color turned pink. And now if you again go back to Alert View, you will see that you have 3 parts, which are bus 2, bus 3, and transformer number 1 in a list of marginal loads. So because we are operating of 96.3 of the whole capacity of the transformer, because we put 1.5 MVA for the lump load, which is exactly equal to 1.5 MVA capacity of the transformer. So we are actually reaching that 100%, so we are marginal. Now again, we can play around this a little bit more, and at this time we can double click and change the 1500 to 1700, a little bit more than before and a little bit more than the capacity of the transformer. So now this time, if we again run the load flow analysis, the color of transformer turned red. And if again see the yellow color of the alert mode turned red, which means that we have something critical happening, which is a transformer went to the critical table. If we are exceeding the 100% of the capacity of the transformer. So now this way we can keep track of what equipment and what parts, what buses are critical and marginal. And yeah, again, see the bus 2 stays in the marginal region, but the transformer mon is critical. But let's again switch back to the first data for the lump load, which we are in the safe zone. If you remember, we set 500 kVA for the lump load. Click on OK, run the analysis again, and again, everything goes back to normal. ETAP gives you the ability to create reports by clicking on Report Manager icon. As you can see, you have the whole variety of choices in between. You can choose what kind of a load flow report you want. But in this case, I'm going to select Summary. Below that, you will see the name of the report, the path to this report file, and also you can select whether you want the file to be PDF file, MS Word file, Excel, and so on and so forth. And in this case, I'm going to stick to Viewer and click on OK. Now you may see that the ETAP generated the report. On the header part, you can see all the information regarding the project on the header part, and below that you can see all the buses with all loading information.